There are voices you hear, and voices you feel. Layne Staley had a voice you felt. It was a unique, powerful voice that could snarl and soar, like a wounded animal howling at the moon. It was the perfect instrument for what became grunge. More than flannel shirts, cardigans, or loud guitars, it was a feeling. It was the sound of a generation that felt lost, angry, and unheard. Layne's story is so much more than the rise and fall of a rock star. He was an immensely talented creative soul, whose gift came with a heavy burden. Vulnerability often lurks beneath the talent and performance. Early Alice in Chains records are untamed and powerful, cutting through the noise. Layne could harmonize with himself to create powerful layered vocals, like a lonely soul confronting its demons. This wasn't the polished, happy-go-lucky rock of before. This was music that looked you in the eye and admitted things were not okay, and for millions that honesty was a lifeline, a permission to feel their own pain. Long before the world knew his name, he was just Layne, born in Kirkland, Washington in the summer of 1967. His parents' divorce when he was 7 left a deep and lasting wound that surfaced in the poetic honesty of his lyrics. He was a bright, quiet kid, often retreating into his own world. He started playing the drums at 12 to channel his restless energy. He wasn't just a drummer, though. He knew, even then, that his real instrument was his voice. In 1987, a fateful meeting happened at a party. Layne Staley, then fronting his glam band, met a guitarist named Jerry Cantrell. Cantrell was struck by Layne's voice, a force that stood out. At the time, they were homeless, crashing at a rehearsal space. They shared a respect for heavy melodic music and started writing songs together, blending Cantrell's heavy guitar riffs with Layne's soaring, tormented vocals. They soon recruited drummer Sean Kinney and bassist Mike Starr, and Alice in Chains was forged. The chemistry was immediate and undeniable. Their early sound was a potent mix of heavy metal darkness and a raw punk vulnerability. They weren't afraid to write songs with dissonant harmonies that were slow and grinding. Their lyrics explored the bleaker corners of human experience. Man in a Box, a song from their 1990 debut album Facelift, exemplified this. Released as a single in January 1991, it was their breakout song, launching them into national attention. With fame came the relentless cycle of touring and recording. The success of Facelift in 1990 was followed by the critically acclaimed acoustic EP Sap, which showed a softer, more melodic side of the band. But it was their 1992 masterpiece, Dirt, that cemented their legacy and tragically documented their descent. The album is a brutal, real look at addiction and depression. It's a work of harrowing honesty, with songs like Down in a Hole written by Layne, serving as a diary entry from a personal hell. The success of Dirt was immense, but for Layne, the fame was a double-edged sword. He was a private person forced to live out his struggles in public. The mid-1990s marked a turning point for Layne. He was no longer just struggling with addiction, he was being consumed by it. The frontman who commanded stages began to retreat from the world. He became a recluse, rarely leaving his Seattle condo. The band effectively went on hiatus from touring. In April 1996, Alice in Chains returned to the stage after a 2-year hiatus, recording their MTV Unplugged set. They performed haunting versions of Down in a Hole, Nutshell, and Rooster. More than a show, it felt like a fragile comeback, raw, intimate, and heavy with emotion. But Layne's physical and mental health struggles made it impossible to stay on the road. His world shrank, becoming a small, isolated space where the drug was his primary companion. This period was marked by a sense of loss for the band, its fans, and Layne, who was losing his battle against a disease he had chronicled with terrifying clarity. On April 19, 2002, the world received the news it feared. Layne Staley was found dead in his Seattle apartment. His death occurring on or around April 5th, the date Kurt Cobain had died 8 years earlier. The cause was an overdose, a tragic end to a decade-long battle. The news sent a wave of profound sadness through the music community and millions of fans who had been touched by his voice. It was not a shock, but the finality of it was crushing. The powerful voice silenced, leaving behind a legacy of incredible music and immense sorrow. Since his passing, Layne's influence has only grown. Alice in Chains' music has proven to be timeless. Their themes, pain, addiction, death, alienation, still resonate with listeners who feel disconnected. The legacy Layne left behind is complicated. Albums as monuments, enduring music as personal works of art. But also a stark warning about the dark side of fame and the reality of addiction.